Greetings and salutations to this high Professor Macabro, accompanied by his lovely cohort and partner in crime, Zombie Death Cetos, and we're here to give you a movie review. Yes, indeed. We recently watched this movie on Tubi. I must say, I've praised Tubi on their awesome horror selection that they've now done compared to the Tubi that I got when it first premiered here in the grand old country of Mexico. But they recently did some questionable changes to Tubi. They changed the logo from the really cool, red and orange color scheme that they had to a weird Laker-themed yellow and purple color scheme. They also got rid of my rabbit, the little cool rabbit that would pop up. Because the whole thing was that Tubi, you would fall down a rabbit hole of content, and I really enjoyed that. Why did they take away the little cool animated rabbit? I don't know. And also another thing that I've noticed in this viewing that they changed is that they added a buttfuck more of ads. When I used to watch Tubi, I would get 1 or 2 ads at the beginning. Then I would get 2 ads on the middle. And then I would get another ad before the ending. But it was tolerable. I was like, well, I don't get this on DVD, which again is the superior way to watch movies. Physical media, not streaming. But I was like, it's a free service. I'm not really going to bitch that much about getting a couple of ads here and there. But with the recent change to the Laker-themed orange and purple, it seems to me that they really started pumping out a lot more ads. And I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm watching it on one of those sticks that make your old-ass TV into a smart TV. I bought one of those, and that's how I'm watching Tubi on the big screen, because I usually watch it on my cell phone or an iPad. But it seems like the ads have gotten out of control on Tubi. Again, it's free. I can't really complain and bitch about ads on a free service. They're giving me content for free, and it does feel kind of nostalgic to watch commercials like back in the day when you would watch movies on TV, and you would an hour movie would last 2 hours because they would pump a whole bunch of commercials. But it seems like they have added a lot more ads than they used to. The cuts on the ads are a lot more frequent. And that's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. But, again, I can't really bitch because it's a free service. They're not charging me jack shit to watch these movies. But it is getting to the point, I feel, of YouTube abuse of ads. So I hope they fix that. But the movie that I watched was Boar. And it was not boring. Quite the contrary. Now, I wasn't sure if this was a remake or a reimagining of Razorback. Razorback is a really, really good Australian movie about this giant boar that grows to a huge size because it has these parasites that are making the boar hungry, and the more it eats, the more it grows big. But because it's full of parasites, it's also a pissed off boar, and it goes around wrecking people's shit. And you have this guy that's trying to hunt down the boar. So Razorback, if you can find it, really, really good movie. So I thought that this maybe was a remake, a reimagining of that, because it's pretty much the same plot. It's about this giant, big-ass boar that is going around wrecking people's shit. And I was like, well, it doesn't say it's a remake, but let's give it a spin, and I'm glad I did. This movie, much like Razorback, is really, really good. It doesn't look cheap and low budget, but it also doesn't look like your big fancy studio movie. Also an Australian movie. This focuses on a big-ass pig. A boar that's just wrecking people and killing them in really cool ways. And the movie starts at a bar with this chick that's, serving drinks and everything, and it's setting up character, and there's this old guy that's picking up booze because he's gonna meet up with the bartender's dad. And you might get the idea that this dad's gonna be like the one that's gonna hunt down the boar. And unfortunately, spoiler alert, no, he gets offed at the beginning of the movie. And you're like, well, you threw me for a loop, movie. You killed off this guy really early in the movie, so who am I gonna root for? And that's when we're introduced to Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones, as far as I know, is an Australian wrestler. He popped on for a while at the WWE. He was going to be the Undertaker's protege, but they couldn't quite get him to the wrestling status that they needed. They couldn't quite make him ring ready. So, unfortunately, Nathan Jones' wrestling career didn't take off in the WWE, but he has popped up in movies. I believe he played a Frankenstein monster. He was in Mad Max Fury Road, if I'm not mistaken. So he has found a very sort of successful career in acting because he's a big-ass motherfucker. The guy's huge, and he's still buffed. And so we follow Nathan Jones now as the protagonist because his sister and her family are traveling to visit him, and they're going to have themselves a little shrimp on a barbie. Yes, indeed. And he takes them on to the trip. But he hears stuff, and that's when he encounters the Boar. And this thing looks really good. It's not CGI, at least not at first. They actually managed to build a big-ass practical effect monster, and it looks amazing. The mouth moves really cool. It looks all gnarly. Again, that's why I thought maybe this was a remake of Razorback, because it looks like it's going through some shit. And again, the practical effect Boar looks top-notch. I really was blown away at how good this thing looks. So, you are following Nathan Jones as he's trying to kill the Boar. And a couple of people get killed, a lot of people get killed, and eaten by the Boar. And it's a really good monster movie. I was really enjoying myself. The characters are, not that good. I mean, there's this one character that's the boyfriend to, because like I said, the sister, her husband, their daughter, their son, and the boyfriend to the daughter are traveling to meet Nathan Jones. And the boyfriend's a bit of an asshole. So when Nathan Jones goes missing after the Boar rams his truck, the father and the son and the boyfriend-in-law go looking for him. And the boyfriend-in-law sees the giant monster, is like, fuck you, father-in-law, I'm bolting out of here. And the guy just abandons the father-in-law as he gets gored by the Boar. And I was like, well, they're going to play into that. You know, he's an asshole character already. So he's going to get his comeuppance at the end of the movie. But unfortunately, they blew their load too fast, and the asshole boyfriend gets killed very quickly. And I was like, well, you could have milked that just a little bit better. Made me enjoy this guy get mauled by the Boar, not so early into the movie. But again, other than a few pacing issues, really fun. It's well acted. I really enjoyed the acting. Again, Nathan Jones, I don't know why he didn't blow up more. He really imposing character, and his acting was pretty good in this. One of those things that Professor McCaver will never understand, why a certain individual doesn't blow up more in film and so on. But anyway, so Nathan Jones, really cool character. The sister does her chop well, does her part well. The daughter, she's there panicking because her dad and her boyfriend got killed. And then the other brother disappears for a while, but much like the son in the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds, he comes back at the end, willy-nilly fine, even though the Boar drags him into the darkness, kicking and screaming, and you assume he's dead, but no, he's fine. Yes, but again, the practical effect of Boar looks really cool, except at the end. Spoiler alert, stop this video review, go watch the movie, but the bartender goes looking for her pop, and she magically encounters the family of Nathan Jones and rams the Boar with her truck, her Jeep. And that's when we get CGI Boar, and that one looks really bad. Because they make it like battle damage, and that CGI Boar is kind of tough to look at. I mean, after enjoying this really cool practical effect Boar, You get treated to the CGI board, and it doesn't look that good. Doesn't really cheapens the effect. But it's a little nitpick. Again, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. The acting is good. Where they recorded everything is good. The characters are good, even though some of the cooler characters get taken away. Like the guy that you think is going to be the big bad hunter that's going to kill the boar, he gets taken away. Nathan Jones, you think is going to be the one that goes up and up with the boar, and he does. He even fist fights the motherfucker. But he gets taken out. But again, magically survives. So it introduces good characters, but unfortunately, it takes them away, and you are left with very few and not as interesting characters. But I highly still recommend you watch Boar. Again, it's free on Tubi, and the only thing you have to put up with is the constant ads that they seem to be pushing on Tubi, which again, not a fan of, but also it does take me back to the time of TV commercials. But yes, again, it got YouTube levels of annoying with how many ads they started pumping. But again, it's free. I can't really bring myself to bitch about something like that, even though I am. But I can't really be like, oh, fuck you, Tubi, I'm never watching you again. Because the content on Tubi is still pretty good. It's just the ads that are becoming an issue for me. So yes, watch Boar. You'll enjoy it. And if you have seen Boar, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Yes, indeed. We had fun watching that. Indeed. So, I hope you enjoyed this movie review. Give us your thoughts and your input on what can we do to make them more entertaining. Maybe make them shorter, make them longer. Let me know in the comments down below as well. But until we see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro. That is Zombie Deathcitos. And we both wish you, like always, a good evening.